This is the K-Pop Cast. I'm your host, Stephanie, and today we're discussing the shocking string of departures from K-pop boy groups and labels, including Mark leaving NCT and Heeseung leaving Enhypen.
Yes, we'll share our hit replays from Soman of Card, Lehi, and Doki. But before we get into all of that, guys, don't forget to join the K-Pop Cast listener family on Slack and help chip in for our show costs. Links to everything in the episode description. Shout out to Dina, our girl Dina, for her latest contribution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get into it. Let's get into the episode.
Yeah. And now for hit replays. I'm your host, Stephanie.
And I'm your Pd-nim, Michaela, guys. I'm here, but I'm struggling, but I'm here. And the hit replays are our K-pop song recommendations for the week. So, Stephanie, kick us off. What is your super surprising hit replay for this week?
Well, if you know me, it's not surprising for me, but I was surprised that these two got together. It is Doki and Lehi, new couple, with their song You and Me.
What you gon' do, yeah. 아직 못한 말 thought you already knew that feeling. It's just you and me, too deep. It's just you and me, they would like us and me, you and I, right or die. 오늘이 내일이 되면 don't you want more, yeah. 좀 더 가져봐, thought you already got that feeling. It's just you and me, too deep. It's just you and me, this love might just kill me, you and I, right or die. I don't usually do this. You and me, 난 둘이 FaceTime 너와 둘이 다음으로 와 내 꿈은 너와 나의 movie 두 발로 아무리 자자 먹지 내일 그 사랑으로 무리.
And so for those of you who aren't familiar with these two, they are powerhouses in the Korean hip-hop and R&B genre. Doki has been around since 2005, writing lyrics, composing songs, rapping. He has owned multiple labels. I originally came across him with collaborating with Drunken Tiger and The Movement, the early 2000s hip-hop scene. And he was young doing that. He was one of the younger members. Doki means rabbit, first of all, like bunny rabbit in Korean. So that gives you a sense of how he was a little baby.
It was a cute name for a cute hip hop kid trying to make it in the world.
Exactly. Yeah. He was a little upstart. And so to see him as one of the titans of K hip hop industry,
really
owning labels and mentoring other artists, is really cool to watch his rise. And I've also been a fan of Lehi, R&B songstress who came up through SBS's K-Pop Star season 1. And she debuted in 2012. And so she's been at it for a bit too. And she has a baby face herself, but she has a low, sultry voice, perfect for R&B. And so these two revealed, I think last week, that they are not only romantically involved, they are launching a label together, a music label called 808 High. 808 for the bass drum that you hear in hip hop. So 808 High Recordings is their co-founded label, and it's just so cute. And the song itself, you can tell their feelings for each other are just over the moon. Doki's talking about, you the best I ever had, girl. You always be my shorty. So cute how they look into each other's eyes. So I'm excited to see who they bring on to the label, what kind of songs come out of it, and for Lehi to have some new music herself. It's about time.
Right. And that's why I say it was it's surprising, not only the new label, their relationship, hard launch, but also that these are kind of artists that we really haven't heard much from, or at least in the mainstream in the past almost few years, at least 3 years for Lehi.
She does one song a year these days.
So it was great to hear from them again and hear about their new the new future together. Although I did very quickly look up how old Doki is because
Oh.
because he's been in
You
the
have
industry
to.
for so long, and he's kind of got one of them old faces. I was like, I
Like,
feel
is he
like
an uncle?
there's a bit of a gap here, but actually no, he was born in 1990 and she was born in 96, so it's not that much of a gap.
Yeah,
as there is.
6-year difference.
Yeah, I was thinking of like almost like a 15 one, to be honest.
Oh, oof. Yeah,
no.
yeah.
It's very sweet, very cute. I'm so
Yeah.
happy for them, and I can't wait to see what comes, especially from the new label.
Exactly.
So it almost feels like he's following in the steps of Tiger JK in the sense of like we've got our new hip hop R&B power couple.
That's right. Oh, new power couple on the scene. All right. So speaking of power, what's your hit replay?
Yes, the queen card herself, Soman, has returned with her solo debut in the song Backseat. Soman, she's the officially actually the Black Joker, the heart suit of Card. She debuted back with them back in 2017, and Card, I feel like, is a group that needs no introduction, especially if you've listened to our show. You know, we're big fans of Card over here. We've interviewed them. They're
even back when they were the kings and queens of Tropical House.
Yes,
we were fans. Yep.
But I feel like most people, or at least people who know Card, might not know about how, like, the lore of Soman and like how incredible it is that she's finally getting a solo out debut. Because for people that don't know, Soman is basically like the Mark Lee of DSP. Like, she is the hidden ace of DSP since back in 2012, and probably further back then, because she was in their first like Japanese girl group called Purity back in 2012. She was part of the Kara project in 2014. She debuted in a girl group named April back in 2015.
Wow.
So she's done so much with DSP over the past almost 10 years now.
I did
And
not
it's
know
just
all that.
so exciting to finally get to see her, as she puts it in the description of this unveiled EP that the song is. She's stripping away the countless modifiers and labels that have kind of followed her over the years, and she's just showing the true essence of who Jeon Somin is. And I'm very excited because it seems like it's the version of her that we always knew she was, which is the R&B hip hop girly that she is deep down. Like you mentioned, Card, when they came out, they were very, tropical house, moonbaton, like reggaeton, like those were the sounds that they were mostly known for. But she has always been the power vocal R&B girly of the team, and I'm so happy for her, and I love this comeback.
Oh my gosh, me too. So first of all, the hook is addictive.
Yes,
it's fast. It makes you want to pop that thing. And she's just telling you, like, you can't keep up, you better stay there in the back seat. I'm like, oh, I guess I will. She's tiny, but she has this commanding presence, and in the video her eyes are so piercing, like dominant. Arr.
Yeah, if you can't tell, she's my bias in Card.
She's a good choice
for all the reasons that you've just mentioned. And it was also great to see that this song, well, it was actually almost a callback to a kind of pre-solo debut song that she did with BM 6 years ago called Backseat. But a very different message, where it was like, oh, I want to love you in the backseat, versus this song where it's like
get in the back.
Why are you in the backseat and I'm driving the car in this relationship? Like, either get out or, get up here.
Yeah. She's over it.
Yes.
She's tired of you. Tired of your BS. And I love this for her.
Right. So please go check out the album. She sings in Spanish on some of the
She
tracks. She sings in
does.
English in the tracks and Korean in the
album
tracks.
is cute.
Yeah, it's a very, very solid EP from her.
Shall we shift over to
Talking
other
about people
folks?
going solo, yeah.
Yeah, really, like stepping out on a limb, jumping off the cliff. We are talking about Heeseung leaving Enhypen, Mark leaving NCT and SM, and this is hot off the press news, everybody. 10 has decided to end his exclusive contract with SM, although he...
But still try to continue activities with both NCT and Wavy.
And Wavy, yes.
When possible, is what they said, which...
When possible,
who knows what that would be.
Yeah. Notably, they did not say, oh, he's going to continue with activities as scheduled, as planned. You won't even notice. Like, no, we going to notice.
Yeah.
He will be absent. Right. And so I figure like these departures, one after the other, have rocked the K-pop world. They are pretty unexpected. You know, what's funny is Heeseung leaving Enhypen. That came as a shock. And then I saw folks online saying like, y'all, you don't get it. This is like if Mark left NCT.
Oh no.
Like before Mark actually left, people were making the comparison because both Heeseung and Mark are the front men of their groups. They are the face. They are who people associate with the group. They're the center. And we don't usually see the center leave, especially without some kind of scandal,
right?
Without some kind of forcing factor leaving them. It seems like for Mark and for 10, their 10-year contracts with SM came up for renewal, and they decided, no, I'm not going to renew. So as far as we know as fans, there was not some big blockbuster scandal or conflict. You know, we never know what's going on behind closed doors, but just letting the contract expire is not something we would expect from especially the folks who are the center of a group.
And that's why I'm still very much on edge, because having been a K-pop fan for so long, like this is a very un-K-pop thing. Like if you leave a group like this, usually it's because of some scandal. Usually it's because of some hidden thing that maybe people don't know about yet. So I'm still like clutching my pearls, waiting for something to happen. Because because in the history of K-pop, we know of if somebody wants to do some solo stuff, they go on hiatus. They are still, under contract with the company, still part of the group, but they are just not active in the group.
Or they simultaneously release their solo work.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for example, Mark himself released his first solo album under SM this past year. Full-length album that they invested in. And 10 also, I believe this past year, 2025, released full-length solo album under SM. And so that kind of makes this more of a surprise as well, because it's like, oh, finally SM is investing in the solo careers of these stars, these undeniable stars who like are great investments financially, and like fans have been hungry for like solo work from them, and they got these albums, and then less than a year later they walk away.
Right.
So it's a little confusing. Unexpected. A way in which this makes sense is that we are in a new age in K-pop where these idols are not going to stay enduring the conditions, the grind for their whole lives anymore. We used to see lifetime contracts, called them slave contracts back in second generation. I'm looking at USM with Dongbang Shingi, Super Junior. Boa recently ended her exclusive contract with SM after, I believe, 25 years.
Right.
So that's what we used to have, is idols continuing in groups for as long as physically possible.
Right. And because of the investment, right? There's that idea with the slave contract with the company, they from the company's point of view, they invest so much time and money they're not going to want to let go of such a strong investment without getting as much return as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that's the kind of the culture that we've seen, is they're just going to hold on tight and they're going to sue you. And like, if you try to break free.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And so that's not new. That piece of idols being like dissatisfied with their contracts and getting into legal battles. Like we're looking at XOCBX, for example, like famously trying to negotiate and fight with SM over money. And like, that doesn't seem to be what's happening here. It seems like for all three of these artists, they at least say in their official statements that there's a long period of in-depth discussions with the artist, with all the other members of the group, the label, that after long, deliberate conversations, they agreed mutually to part ways. So we might be entering a new era where these K-pop idols are not willing to sacrifice everything for their entire life, maybe for 10 years.
Yeah.
But they want to have another life, a second chance, a second career. Maybe they're willing to risk it all, walking away from the label that raised them, quote unquote, because they believe in something else. They prioritize something else.
Right. And that being okay. Whereas, like you said, we're previously walking away from it all, choosing your own path has seen of like, throwing away all that hard work, spitting in the face of all the other group members,
biting the hand,
spitting in the face of the fans who have supported you as this person specifically in this group, with Korean, specifically, and Korean fan culture developing this idea of an idol being so subservient to the fans' expectations. Choosing yourself is something that really breaks away from that.
Yeah, exactly. And like notably, this choosing yourself part is like a connecting thread we saw in each of the artists' statements that they released. Ten wrote in his statement, as time passed and I reached the point of turning 30, I was asking new questions about who I am. So he named that. He's like, I'm turning 30.
That's also a major thread with all of these guys approaching the age of 30.
Yeah. Yeah. What does that say? Right. You're like, I've still got some life ahead of me and I don't want another 10 years like what I've been going through. And these folks have been some of, like, undeniably the hardest working men in K-pop. Some of the hardest working men. You see them everywhere. And so it's also not the case that, all of these groups are, okay, with the exception of maybe Wavy, it's not the case that all of these groups were like in the dungeon and their labels forgot about them and they weren't allowed to release music. Like we sometimes hear that story as well of groups that decide to disband or go on hiatus. It's like, yeah, the label didn't care about you anyway. But that's not really the case here. Like Enhypen is constantly putting out music. NCT constantly putting out music. And maybe the fans would say, the close fans maybe notice a dip in promotion or a dip in music video budget. But yeah, these are still some of the top performing groups in K-pop.
And my biggest hope or my biggest prediction is that this would mean a new trend to something towards a graduation model like we've seen in Japan, like we've seen in other kind of idol cultures where it's like, it's kind of baked into it that there's no hard expectation for you to do this until you die. Like there's a system in place where, you fill out your application, then we have a going away party, and then you go and you live your life. Like that's kind of how it works there, at least in the Japanese idol model, which is has AKB was kind of something that NCT was almost based on, of like this limitless member concept kind of, but with K-pop, there's no expectation that it's like you're gonna, it's limitlessly adding, but not necessarily limitlessly subtracting.
Yeah. It's like they keep adding people.
Yeah.
But they don't let you leave. And I wonder, I'm so glad you brought that up, Pd-nim, because I wonder how much of that is the market the fans are not, they're not down with. Like, I think pretty recently Mark graduated from NCT Dream. So NCT Dream being SM's attempt at operating a graduation model. It's like, okay, once you become of age, like turn 18, you are not in NCT Dream anymore and you join one of the other NCT units.
In Mark's case, it was because he turned 20.
Oh, right. They're like, okay, we got it. Well, that just shows how central he is. They're like, oh, we got to hold on to him 2 more years. But Mark graduated and the fan response was so negative. They were chanting at the show, fixed unit only. Like, they hate it. So it's like the fans want to keep all the members together. They don't want to lose anybody. Maybe they'll be down to add someone, but losing someone, they can't bear the grief of that. And so, that leaves SM in a kind of difficult position if this is the business model they want to go in.
Yeah. And Hype too. The fans were going not just to the company but to the shareholders. Right? There were so many petitions to
tell them about that.
The
pension
the
group.
Pension the National Pension Service who is,
first of all, I'm like, what is that?
It's
a major shareholder in Hybe.
Which according to their statement on the matter, they while they are a shareholder in Hybe, they are not involved in any member lineups, specifically in K-pop groups. They also invest in 80 other countries, like in over 80 different other companies in over 80 different countries around the world. So it's like, we can't help you guys. I'm sorry.
Stop blowing up my phone. People trying to get pension retirement related support. Right. The phone lines are jammed. Like, the elders are missing out on needed services because Enhypen fans are calling trying to get the Heeseung decision reversed.
Right. And this is even in the case of Heeseung, where it's like, yes, he's left Enhypen, but he's still, like in Wonho's case, he's still part of the group.
He's still around.
Still part of the company. Like, he's still,
he's gonna become a soloist. Yeah. Well, I did see some rumors that maybe Heeseung was disappointed at how his solo mixtape was being delayed. That it had been delayed maybe from 2024 to 2025, and like now it's 2026 and he hasn't had the chance to put it out. Then that would make me mad too.
So he's like, guys, I want to do this before I'm 30. Let's get this.
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's get it. I've all the other work that I put in being the center of this group, I feel like I've earned this for myself.
Yeah, and for the Enhypen members specifically, like, fans are looking through the tea leaves, like, is there problem between him and the members? And like, I'm not sure. There's like evidence on both sides of that. Right.
Though nothing in any official statements.
No hate is in any official statements. I think folks are looking at social media behavior, like, not like the members are not like posting support on their individual profiles for Heeseung, and like the only thing that's come out is all the members released a joint message acknowledging shock and sadness around the news and that they respect his decision. But fans are like a hawk watching for, is there any discord?
And what doesn't help in that sense, I think, is the beginning of what does feel very K-pop about this whole situation is the beginning of revisionist history. Whereas once you've left, it's like you were never there. And so you have Enhypen about to start a world tour, and they've released official new fan chants for the 6 members of Enhypen, excluding Heeseung, for the official fan chant. So we've already kind of started this beginning of
the label
what
is
K-pop
ready.
labels do, where they kind of like, okay, you're not involved, you were never there.
Wow. I mean, yes, like you said, that is very K-pop. That is expected. Wouldn't be surprised if they re-release music without his voice in it. Like, just whatever the companies can do to stop the bleeding of money and to move forward with a strong image. That's what it all comes down to.
Right. And what we're also even seeing now with Cat's Eye bringing Manon back up into the situation, her not in being involved, right, in their upcoming comeback.
Yeah, Pinky Up. That she's not involved in that, but is she going to be on stage at Coachella? I don't know what's going on with that. That just could have been handled so much better.
Right.
It's unclear. It's uncertain.
Yeah. So now that this we've got this out, now that we're moving forward without these guys in certain capacity, and ladies who, I mean, whoever else is maybe going to leave the group in the future. It's only April.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We're not even halfway through the year.
And if we know anything from K-pop history, we know if one person does it and then another person does it, at least 10 other people will do it.
No.
We've seen this in groups, like BAP, starting the wave of people leaving their companies and suing their companies.
Suing the company. Yeah. Oh man, here we go. Yeah, we could see a wave. I'm wondering, like from the business side, what model are the labels pushing for or landing on that will be the most high revenue and most sustainable for them going forward? Is it a better financial decision for them to let these people step away, or let the artist have what they want, try to replace, and maybe like shift investment over to a new debut group? Like, we know that SM is debuting like NCT Part 2. We know that. And so was the company maybe perhaps doing a cost benefit analysis of like, yeah, we were kind of going to shift investment away from NCT anyway. They're approaching 30.
Yeah, or at least
folks are enlisting.
The elder members, they've got NCT Dream, NCT Wish.
NCT Wish.
Little Wish babies coming up, starting their careers now.
True. Yeah. We know these companies are just ruthless in terms of the money. And so I'm wondering, like, how does it help to get them where they want to be? Does SM want to move to, like, we know that they wish they could do the graduation model, and it's not really working, but maybe they're just going to, like, force it down our throats with the new groups. We know that labels across the board are kind of accelerating with debuting groups, like, faster and faster, younger and younger, it seems. Maybe like the phase we were in of seeing groups like try their hardest to keep it together with all of the members as long as possible. Maybe the labels are shifting to a more like, well, just looking at the data here, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So let's get out ahead of that.
And that would make sense with this, or at least within the trends of K-pop, the Produce 101 model of a project group kind of being this big flame and then, a flame that will eventually sort of kind of end. But, but keeping it for the flame that it was at that time. And
Zero Base One, notably. I think they could have lasted for longer, but the company said, no, they were always going to be a temporary group.
Yeah.
Actually, are we going to see more of that? Temporary groups where they receive a lot of promotion and investment to start, and then before things can like crack, the label pulls them away.
Right.
Maybe that would be the smart move, to just stay in control of the whole timeline and the whole chain.
Or at least the move that is most beneficial to multiple parties, I think. Whereas
you think they care about that? No.
Well, the high monopoly of the industry has really kind of made it hard for like this like small business model of idol groups to really last in the first place.
Mm-hmm. You know who I was surprised has not lost a single member since debut?
Who's
17.
Ooh.
I think just because members leaving groups is so commonplace now, I just assumed somebody has left a 13-member group. But no,
True.
They have all 13 members. Some are, enlisted, but they'll probably come back. And they've all
it's
signed
really rare
to
for
renew their
their
contract.
generation too, because it's like
Yeah.
of the boy groups that debuted in 2015 with them, they're kind of the only ones that
Still standing.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it is just them, because I was like Mazda X, Icon.
Yeah. No, yeah, they all had people leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hats off to 17.
Right.
Whatever they're doing.
Pledis is doing something right, apparently.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's only April. We can come back around on this topic.
Yeah. You know what? That would be fun. We could do a Where Are They Now? Like either later this year or a year from now. Because these are, like I said, these are central.
Yeah.
They're big losses for the group. And so I wonder if these folks stepping away will mark a turning point. I predict it won't be a positive turning point in terms of promotion, investment, buzz. I think it might be like the start of the end.
Yeah. Or at least in the only positive I think would be for Mark and his spiritual journey that he's about to go on. I feel like
I did hear that.
I feel like we're getting closer to my prediction of him, like, especially with this image of him just like walking around Europe with a guitar trying to get closer to God. I feel like that's what we're gonna see.
Okay, Mark.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
As a
Let's
Christian
end
music
with
artist.
yes. Let's end with what. So what's the next project we're gonna see from each of them? So Mark is gonna do. It's so not even Christian rap, like Christian acoustic folk.
Seems like it.
Americana Christian. Oh, Mark.
I mean, it would be a great first crossover opportunity, you know.
Sure.
From Korea to CMC.
Who's gonna sing like Long Ass Ride? Who's gonna sing what?
I think
show
Johnny
you how to ball you a
and-
mismatch.
I think Johnny and Jeno will.
You think they got it?
Can do it. I think Johnny and Jeno are gonna be just fine.
Dang. I guess they're gonna have to step up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Taeyong is pretty good too, with delivering punchy raps.
Yeah.
But yeah, the English speakers really gotta step up. What's Heeseung gonna put out? I mean, he says a mixtape is what he had in the oven. Is he gonna be rapping? I always saw him as more of a singer.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like hip hop, R&B. But is he gonna do something more like edgy, mature? Is that what he wants?
Right.
I mean, we do
it
see
feels
the
like
turn.
it has to be. Like if you're going to kind of become your own artist and kind of maybe step away from the idol model, like I feel like that's kind of what you would expect from that. Yeah,
and maybe Enhypen and Belift was kind of holding back on
maybe he's gonna
more
curse in
explicit
a few
adult
songs.
A few F-bombs. Yeah. He just looks so pretty. I don't believe it. that he can be gangsta.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who
We'll
knows?
see. We'll see.
He'll come out with like a beard or like face tattoos. No. Eyebrow piercing. Yeah, I could see that.
Scratch.
Yeah,
Both
yeah, like a
scratches.
scar.
Both eyebrows.
Yeah, there we go. You know what? Might have to give him a second look.
Right.
Oh man, and then what's 10 gonna do?
Oh.
10's staying in. Well, he's where possible gonna do group activities, but what's he gonna do on his own? What has he been wanting that he can't do in SM?
Maybe things in other markets.
Because he's been doing thirsty stuff.
He's been doing thirsty stuff. I feel like it's more of like a limitation.
What
of
more
like,
could you want? No, just
maybe
kidding.
doing something in Thailand. Maybe doing something in
Right.
China. Like kind of doing.
We know they hella restrict, and they take all the money on stuff you do in other countries. So I think you're right. He could be so big.
Yeah, because
abroad.
especially in Thailand. Like there's a big old bag for him out there.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. That's making a lot of sense. Yeah, that he's kind of watching the clock tick, the time go by, sitting around in Wavy, looking out, like, oh, I could be doing solo tours around all of Southeast Asia, all of Asia. They love me out there. Yeah, I think you're right.
Right.
So here's hoping that all three of these folks get exactly what they dreamed of.
Everyone who's leaving.
Everyone leave. Yeah. All right, I think that about wraps it up for our discussion of these shocking departures from K-pop groups. Let's let our listeners know where they can find us on socials before we say goodbye. My name's Stephanie, and you can find me at Catchlight27 on Instagram.
And I'm at Pd-nim on our K-pop cast Slack. You can follow both of us on our K-pop cast Slack. And if you can, please support the show. Consider donating to our Ko-fi. Again, shout out to Chelsea H, Lady Sensa, Lindsay, and our girl, Dina.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye, everybody.